Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, how are my snipers doing today? I hope you guys are doing fantastic. Listen, oh my God, so many things have been going wrong, delayed, stalled out, didn't have access to the computer, but finally we are back. A video will probably be out at 6 p.m. or 6:30. I don't know. I'm recording literally at 5:30 p.m. Finally got access to the computer. Finally access. Everything's fine now. Everything's fine. That is the end point. I still have to set up some things so that we can have webcam back, but or face cam back. I mean, sorry, but yeah, we are back. Anyways, let's just jump right into Turbo. Big shout out to Uber Eats for sponsoring this video. First 50 people get $20 off their first 2 meals, which means you can literally eat for free. Just use the code on your screen or the link in the description below. Ladies and gentlemen, there is no new news. However, the chart, right? The chart has been trending down, which we will look at in just a sec. I haven't really looked at the charts the last 48 hours because my life has been very chaotic. But from what I can see, everything still stands true. Now, if we look what happened in recent times is that we broke the trend, right? We were holding very, very nicely. Very, very nicely. We can see that we had bottoms over here at this red marker, bottoms over here, bottoms over here, bottoms over here, right? And the bottoms consistently kept going up. Now, in my opinion, if if Turbo wasn't really tied to Bitcoin and Ethereum chain, then I do think probably already on the 6th of May, we would have seen some type of pullback, if I'm being honest, okay? Because this candle over here on the 6th of May was absolutely brutal. But then we had that, Thursday pump. That's when Ethereum went up 20%. Bitcoin also went crazy. And then we see Friday, we had that doji candle, which we talked about already way before. And ever since then, we've been trending down, right? We broke the trend line. We tried to retest, right? If I pull it up, if I actually make this darker, because I realized it's not the same. It's not the same. So if we do this, now you guys can see the wicks properly on both. So yeah, we pulled up, but then we closed all the way down here. And ever since then, we've just been kind of retesting, right? We've been consistently retesting, looking to go lower and lower. We called out 0.005 as a gray area to dollar cost average, which I still believe that is the case. Now, here's the interesting thing that's happening with Turbo, right? I'm monitoring this area right now because when we see, right, Turbo did have a very nice start. It went up a good amount, but we can see by the end of the hour, right, the 15-minute candle, and boom, close off ever since. For me, what's most likely going to happen is we do get a pullback near this area one last time before we continue selling off. Now, the reason why Turbo kind of went crazy is because Bitcoin went crazy. And we can see Bitcoin has a near identical, type of structure as Turbo, right? Went up, sold off, a little bit of recovery. Now, if we go to something like Turbo, went up, sold off, a little bit of recovery. So, right, I do believe, I would have to still confirm. I do believe there's a good chance we could be looking for some type of bigger pullbacks on Bitcoin, right? But I would have to monitor it, right? This weekly candle on Bitcoin doesn't look too convincing, if I'm being very, very honest. For me, it's signs that we are losing momentum, and I would expect some type of bigger retracement sooner than later, okay? Generally speaking. But, as of right now, no real confirmation. I would like to see how this 4-hour candle closes. So, I'll give you guys a bigger and better update in the next video. But overall, right, overall on the bigger picture, we are very, very bullish. We are. I will say, though, the one thing I don't like on the bigger picture at this current moment, which we still have roughly 12 to 13 days left, is how the monthly candle for Turbo is looking. Okay. It is not looking too convincing. I'm going to be honest. If it closed right now, I would definitely expect some type of pullback. Now, see, last time we had a pullback or a similar type of candle, right? If we go all the way down here, we see the body is kind of small, the wick, right? We can see this line over here, right? This line over here, right? It was a big rejection. Then the next month sold off for a pullback. But then we can see last May, we went absolutely nuclear. So if we got something similar, I would not complain, right? If May would hypothetically close something like this, it would not surprise me if we went back for a pullback And then the next following months, a couple few short weeks, we would really explode. Because the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, right? This is the most fundamental, best technical move this can happen, right? A pullback down to this area means that we are, number one, going into an institutional candle, right? Going into the most classic bank manipulation candle there is. Number two, I don't know if I said number two or number one. No, number two, right? We are on a big support, retesting a big support that was here for months. Okay. So, it would be the most fundamental move. And that's something that I would like to see happen to Turbo. Now, portfolio reviews, economic and global updates and news, frequent up to date technical analysis, and a very supportive community. Sell and buy calls and trading education is provided. If that sounds good to you, now is the time to act. Once the markets start moving, there is no I should have, coulda, woulda. Now is the time. If you want to take things to another level, we have the blueprint that covers everything from A to Z in crypto that you need. No fluff, no bullshit, just the most important news, fundamentals, and technicals to have you succeed in these markets. Now, listen, before we continue a little bit of the chart, I want to talk about this. We are currently ranked still 153rd. So even when things are kind of going down, looking whatever, let me refresh this. Oh, no, there's okay, whatever. Even though things are kind of looking down sometimes, looking whatever, it's just minor pullbacks, right? I really do believe, next time we're gonna start pumping, we're gonna fling into that top 100, top 80, top 70, and then we're gonna try to be holding that spot, right? I believe we are going to be contesting for one of the top meme coins. As of right now, we are 360 million market cap with 83 million of volume. We are almost at 55,000 holders. If we do refresh this, right, because this was slightly pulled up earlier for me. So yeah, we are just 36 holders away from 55,000. So we practically hit it this week, and it was a very slow week for Turbo. In fact, it was a pullback. So, shout out to Turbo for always killing it one way or another, whether it's some type of big event, whether it's just growing in holders, big momentum, breaking records, like literally being the most pumped coin a couple of weeks ago. And yes, I know I bring it up often, but you have to realize this is kind of like historical, right? This is very, very historical. It definitely put Turbo on the map. Turbo's been on the map, but it definitely caught more attention, and that is what we love to see. Now, in terms of the bigger moves, ladies and gentlemen, we are still looking to be eventually kind of pumping up the 0.0075, 0.008 area, okay, before we really, really slow down. Overall, we are pretty much kind of creating a head and shoulders. We can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we have a shoulder here, we have a head here, and then we pretty much are going to have a shoulder here with obviously this manipulation here. But I do overall see a very, very bright future for Turbo, right? Because once we kind of start reclaiming the levels that we need to reclaim, then I do believe we are going to create a higher high, probably pull back for the final time before we blast off. Now, before I end the video, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say I will leave a Discord link, for everybody, right? So this is going to be like the open free chat. This is going to be mainly like the turbo chat, but highly, highly recommend for you guys to engage. Um, you know, it's always people are always welcome to join. Really, really do recommend that, you got to remember people that we are community driven. Videos like this help each day. Your comments help each day. Your likes help each day. Anything about Turbo on all social medias help each day. Just joining Discords, becoming more like a community, more like a family, will have bigger and better impact over the next couple of months. Right? Remember, we are one ant. You're all of us are an individual ant. Right? One ant might not do anything, but a colony of ants, absolutely dangerous. Can accomplish a lot. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.